And away we go. It is the Nightcap, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com. www.galacticfriedchicken.com is the website. Go get the app. Schedule your order. They will deliver right to your front door, pretty much anywhere inside the 275 loop. Or make it down to Dayton, Kentucky. Tell them to pump it up. Save yourself 15% off of those delicious chicken tendies, fried chicken, fries, all that good stuff. Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Chad. What a shit weekend.
Yeah. Talk for one. Can you hear the TV in my living room?
No.
Okay.
I have checked the button, and it seems to have helped your volume for eliminating background noise for your microphone, and that has helped me with not having to adjust your volume significantly.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of background noise here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's yeah. There's nothing I can.
Huge fan of that checkbox. That was an update within the last few months. That was not there before. So huge fan of that box.
All right, let's get to it. It wasn't a great week for the Big 12. Home team included. So
luckily this show's not about that.
Right. We have plenty of shows about that. We're not going to talk about that here tonight, at least.
Can't wait for tomorrow.
Oh boy. Texas 31-10 over Wyoming in a game that was tied into the fourth quarter, 10-10 into the fourth quarter, and then Texas scores 3 touchdowns. They win 31-10. They are 3-0, number 4 in the country, and pretty clearly right now the best thing the Big 12 has going.
Yeah, Quinn Ewers didn't have a great day. Goes 11-21, 131 yards, 2 scores, no interceptions. But the Jonathan Brooks was the guy. He's a sophomore. They're running back, 21 carries, 164 yards. He got the job done.
A bit of a shocking result out of Columbia, Missouri, as Kansas State falls 30-27, a 61-yard walk-off field goal. That's got to sting.
Yeah, I mean, at least it wasn't in a bowl game, I guess.
That was only like 53.
Only. But I believe I heard Jeff say this morning that it was the SEC record.
Oh, really? That sounds. I mean, I think it's still the NFL 63 forever and ever and ever. So 61 is just a monster kick in college.
Yeah, they found their own Sebastian Janikowski. He is a giant human.
It's like 250, 260.
Giant
big boy.
Human.
Big boy. We thought Ryan Coe was huge last year, and he was like 235.
Yeah. Will Howard, not a great day, not a bad day. Just I would have taken it from Emory, truthfully. But 25 of 39, 270, 3 scores, an interception, 10 rushes, 21 yards. I would imagine that as his long was 17, a lot of that was sacks.
Ironically, Aaron, that would mean Emory had like 80 more yards than Will Howard yesterday. Just didn't have the touchdowns.
Well, I would have taken the touchdowns over the yardage.
Yeah, they do this thing in sports where they they count points. And
yeah.
At the end, you got to have more of the point things than the other team.
We missed that somewhere.
How you get there doesn't really count. Doesn't really matter, honestly.
But we're not talking about that here.
No, we're not. We're
not
talking
today.
about the Big 12. Yeah. That all you got on Kansas State, Missouri?
That's all I got on Kansas State, Missouri. I mean, number 15, they were the only ranked team, not Texas, in the Big 12. outside of Oklahoma and Texas.
Oklahoma, right.
So it further propels there being a chance of Oklahoma and Texas in the championship
on their
game.
way out the door.
And that's something I really don't want to see. I can't imagine anybody who's not an Oklahoma or a Texas fan wants to see.
Right. The SEC, they want them to come in as strong as possible. Speaking of Oklahoma, they dog walked Tulsa 66-17. It was 28-0 after 15 minutes.
Never close.
And that might have actually been real time and not game time. Like it might have just taken 15 minutes for Oklahoma to score 28 points. Dylan Gabriel is hot right now.
5 touchdowns, 28 of 31. That's an efficient day. 421 yards. He didn't even put up any rushing stats that I can see.
You think we can get Sauce back for Saturday?
The Jets defense didn't look great today either. Just saying.
I mean, he's got an extra year of eligibility, right?
Lost the Cowboys 30-10. Woof.
Yeah. In a game that, I mean, here's
what I'm gonna say about Oklahoma is that they 73 week 1, they 27 week 2.
Yeah, they barely got by SMU.
66 week 3. So as trends go, they're due for a shit sandwich of a week as far as points go. And that just means that Cincinnati has to figure out how to cross the goal line.
Is that important?
That's what I hear. For points purposes, spreads.
Have we talked about that?
Not here. Not today.
Okay. Not today.
Not today.
Baylor is bad.
Yeah.
Bad. They struggled with Long Island University, who is 0-3 and is maybe one of the worst teams ever. Like
I don't know how long his contract is, but Aranda on the hot seat, I gotta imagine he's looking at the hot seat, not wanting to sit in it, but looking at it.
Quarterback threw for 113 yards. Their leading receiver had less than 35 yards.
At the end of the day, they got in the win column, and that is something they had not yet done this season. They are 1-2, and it did take Long Island University to do that.
And not comfortably. Like it was bad. Iowa State.
Speaking of bad, another team.
Not Georgia, not Athens, Georgia. Athens, Ohio. A game that was scoreless.
10 minutes from here.
At halftime, they were playing at Aaron's house. Actually, stadium is
pretty much
parcel of Aaron's property. He mows like right outside the stadium when he
more or less. Yeah.
Yeah.
How big of a kick in the dick is it though that Iowa State kicked a field goal, made the field goal, and it was ruled no good and unchallengeable?
Was that because they didn't come back from commercial break fast enough?
I can't actually answer that.
Oh, you don't remember that?
I do remember that. I just can't. I didn't watch the game. I was in transit to Cincinnati.
Yeah,
so
I know. I'm just saying. I was making a joke about that.
I know. I can't answer that. I didn't watch the game.
Okay. That's a bad loss.
Real bad.
Bad loss. I don't know that we can say too much about it this week.
Ohio is sitting at 3-1 though, having beat Long Island and FAU and now Iowa State.
Yeah. They'll get their $1.5 million check, I'm sure.
Put it on the desk Monday morning. That's what happens when you beat a Big 12 team.
UCF, Timmy McClain takes over for John Rice Plumlee, throws for 321 yards and 2 touchdowns. Villanova is not good. So I don't
got
think
ourselves
we'll
a
see the score.
quarterback controversy, though.
Look, I know Dave kind of poo-pooed me on Wednesday when we talked about this. I like that kid when UC played them.
I did not like that kid when UC played them because he
when he
propelled
was
them.
at USF. Yeah.
Yeah.
He scared the crap out of Des.
Which is why I did not like him when
Yeah.
he played them.
I thought he was good. Like, he was big. He could throw. He could run. I was impressed by that kid.
And he got out of a G5 situation and into a P5 situation.
Maybe if he stayed at USF, they beat Bama yesterday.
Perhaps.
As bad as Bama was yesterday.
In any case, this game was really never in doubt.
No. What, 34 nothing at halftime, I think.
And that's what you do to teams that you're supposed to beat.
Well,
rivalry or not.
Villanova's an FCS team. It would be like Cincinnati being the Eastern Kentucky game. Calm down.
Miami thinks they're an Ivy League.
Talk about bad. Things did not go well for Oklahoma State.
Mike Gundy. What happened?
They lose 33-7 at home against South Alabama, and they didn't score until the fourth quarter. South Alabama dominated Oklahoma State.
Did Gunnar Gundy start this game?
That I don't know.
I don't either. He ended up 9 of 18 for 64 yards. Not a great day there. 10 rushes, 27. But they had 3 quarterbacks in this game again. 2 games in a row now. What's the saying? If you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have 1 quarterback. What's the saying when you have 3 quarterbacks?
Because you have all the quarterbacks there.
That sounds like a hot mess.
At least they don't have Buckner from Notre Dame like Alabama does.
Well, you had 3 quarterbacks who collectively the last one throwing 5 passes, the other 2 throwing 18 and 12. Collectively, 16 of 35 for 114 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception.
It's pretty bad.
God.
That's also why they're playing 3 quarterbacks, Aaron, is because all of them suck.
Good God.
If one of them stuck even a little less, they'd only be playing 1 quarterback.
I love our schedule a little bit more every week. Just saying.
Still today. Texas Tech 41-3 over Tarleton State. Okay.
What do you say about that? 41-3. You did what you were supposed to do. Your backup came in and threw almost as many passes as your starter. Taj Brooks, the running back out there, 19 carries, 158 yards. No touchdowns, but you took care of it.
Maybe the surprise game of the day, Aaron. BYU goes on the road to Fayetteville and beats Arkansas 38-31.
And it was tied 31-31 going into the fourth, and BYU pulled it out. KJ Jefferson for Arkansas, we all remember him and what he did to Cincinnati. 24 of 35, 247, and a touchdown and a pick. Only ran the ball 13 times for 21 yards. Not great there. But BYU victorious on the road. Well done.
Yeah. There's with Oklahoma up next and BYU looming, there's a storm brewing, Aaron.
Yeah. Well, I mean, BYU, I know everybody, we've talked about it repeatedly that BYU is a short week for Cincinnati. They have to travel to BYU. Let's not forget that BYU will be coming off of undefeated Kansas at Kansas after that game as well. And that's, I don't know. I feel like it's maybe not as crazy for Cincinnati to go to Provo and win as we may have thought initially.
But they did go to Arkansas and win.
They did. I'm not taking that away from them. And they're still undefeated. Cincinnati is not. But we'll see what happens when they play Kansas.
Yeah. Backyard brawl, 17-6. West Virginia takes care of Pitt. You know my favorite stat of this game, Aaron?
How loud they were on the sound meter when they were yelling "Eat shit, Pitt."
Yeah, that too.
During Sweet Caroline.
Phil Jerkovic, our good friend Phil from last week, he had 8 completions on 20 attempts for 81 yards and 3 interceptions. You want to know my favorite part about that stat, Aaron? He was the leading passer in the game.
Oh my God. I'm just seeing that. What a horrible, horrible day for passing offenses.
So Pitt threw for 81 yards. West Virginia threw for 60. West Virginia you would think in a game like that, they both ran the ball well then, right? No, West Virginia did. CJ Donaldson did get 102 yards. West Virginia had 151 yards rushing. Pitt had 130. Wow, that's those two teams are bad.
Dreadful. And Jerkovic had 35 on 11 carries of the 130.
Yeah, that's
dreadful. 51 carries. 51 carries for West Virginia for 151.
Yeah.
An average of 3. That makes me not feel so great about the way that Cincinnati's defense played, unless they beat up Pitt.
Well, no, it was just Pitt didn't have any offense. They just chucked it. Like, you just grow and pray. They didn't have any offense against UC either.
Unless they dismantled their confidence in ways that they had never expected.
Maybe. TCU 36. Houston 13. Bartender. Red Bull vodka?
Not really close after halftime. TCU, the only team that scores after halftime, they put up 16 after halftime.
Make it a triple.
Make it a triple. I need to fill my Yeti.
Yeah, can you fill this with that?
Yeah.
Sir, that is a 42-ounce beverage container. Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am. I'm aware.
Put it on Fertitta's tab.
Yeah, Tillman's got it.
Yeah. What do you say about Houston at this point? They're 1-2. Holgerson's just taking them, laughing his way to the bank week after week.
They might not win a game in conference.
Maybe not. And then what do you do? Another one that's staring directly at the hot seat right now. Is Gundy on the hot seat? Do we have 3 on the hot seat or just?
I think Gundy's got enough goodwill. Like, when you've been there that long, I think he's okay. But it gets interesting at least.
Yeah. Well, I think right now you have Dana Holgerson probably closest to the hot seat, and Aranda watching him, wondering when it's his turn to sit in the hot seat, and Gundy.
He's in like the visiting room at the execution place where they're like strapping the guy in. Yeah, just like they're like, we want you to watch. Let us know if this hurts.
He has to hit the button, not knowing if he's one of the people. Right. Which one did it?
Is Neil Brown off the hot seat with the win over Pitt?
I don't think he's currently. I mean, 2-1.
Harris, coming into the season, all the talk was he's going to be. It's not if he's going to be fired; it's when he's going to be fired.
And right now, I think he's done enough. West Virginia's had enough controversy in the last 6 months where they're probably not trying to get embroiled in another coach controversy if they can help it.
Time out. The ref's like, you want a full or a 30? They're like, full. Need a full. No, we don't need a 30. We need a full. Yeah, maybe right. I don't know. It'll get interesting here real quick, but I think most West Virginia fans thought like we lose the Pitt, we're finalizing the contract, the buyout to get this guy out of here, and now they win that game. So
yeah.
And then Kansas. This one's a little surprising. I thought they would handle Nevada quite a bit easier than this, but 31-24. Thankfully, I didn't watch any games that ended 31-24 this week. But they get the job done. They move to 3-0.
Yeah, they scored with 6:20 left in the game to seal the win there. They moved to 3-0, still undefeated with that win. Nevada, sits at 0-3. Would have been a bad loss had they
terrible
lost to Nevada, but they get out of Nevada with the win. You still have Jalen Daniels coming back from his injury. That's only the second game back. 21-27, 298, no touchdowns. But Devin Neal, while he didn't have a great day on running the ball, 17 for 89, did have 3 touchdowns.
Yep. All right, it's going to wrap it up. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow for the BBP.
Can't wait.
Maybe a nightcap. Mondays have been kind of a toss-up, just depending on how late we go, because I have to get up early on Tuesdays. But thanks to everybody for tuning in. See you tomorrow. That's the nightcap. Brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken. Right here on BackcountryRunner.com.
See ya!